Well, hoping that everyone can hear me. Now, I'm seeing some really, hoping that everyone can hear me. I'm seeing some really unique stuff going on when it comes to Caribbean people and advancing in the social media platforms and gaining some full knowledge of how they can monetize on YouTube and social and Instagram, Facebook and stuff. You know, Facebook has the boosting, which they currently have unavailable for most pages now. From what I see, the back end is that boosting is really only available to persons that will be essential or places like hotels. I'm seeing a new earn by click IG cash create app come up. Just been notified about it. I'm not sure if it was up ever since, but for Caribbean people, it's different than United States people or persons in Europe and stuff who are able to log on to YouTube and really make money from YouTube. So what we usually do is we post as much as possible, and I'm not sure if persons in the Caribbean. I know we would see that Trinidad is able to easily monetize on their platform, and it's been so for a long time. But Trinidad is not really seen as quote unquote Caribbean because they are a more drop down list than any other Caribbean island that we would hear about. When you say Trinidad, a lot of persons know Trinidad and Jamaica, but when you say Barbados, a lot of persons are, where is that? How far is that? Well, we are 45 minutes from Trinidad, who is always known for everything and always in every drop down list. We're possibly an hour and some from Jamaica, and possibly about that from St. Lucia as well. So we're in the Caribbean Sea, and what we're saying is that we too want an option where we can monetize on YouTube, where we can monetize on Instagram. The Caribbean Basin is basically an area where a lot of places can thrive. One thing Caribbean people do is spend money, and not frivolously, but they spend money on what is trending, big in business, what can make their life easier. And what I find in the US space, Europe and stuff, is that what you guys do a lot is a lot of analysis, a lot of seeing what is trending, what people are reacting to, what people are gravitating towards. And I find that Caribbean people are not really paying closer attention to what is. They basically just want access to everything, which is not a bad thing. But what it speaks to is a surface look of everything rather than looking into the nitty gritty to see if we're eligible. So most of the time, when it comes to the whole YouTube, I know you have to have a Google AdSense account first, and then they would approve you for the Google AdSense account. But then when you're approved, you go on YouTube and stuff like this is not available in your region or in your area or in your country comes up, and it's kind of daunting. But what I would say is to post because we understand the full analytics of it. 4 watch hours, 1,000 viewers, and we can have a lot of that should we stay consistent. For Caribbean people, it's keep on posting, keep on uploading, and consistency is a big no when it comes to Caribbean people as well. If they think that people are not paying any mind to it, then they're saying, well, only people only find things from the U.S. and Europe and other places fun, but no, they actually value our accents. They actually value our food. They value the way we do stuff, how we enjoy ourselves in terms of dance, how our educational system is highly regarded, and these types of things have to be looked at as value rather than looked at as statistics on a board or analytics on a screen, like how we're seeing on YouTube, like how we're seeing on Instagram, or like how we're seeing it on Facebook. So this is your girl Marika from Marika Markset, just sharing some tips on how Caribbean people should pay attention to getting in that gap, getting their foot in that door where they could possibly monetize. I find that the more prominent you are out there, the more chances it is, or the more chances there are that you can actually be given a window of hope or a window of opportunity to monetize or to start the race or to start something or to give them an idea for a program. So YouTube, we need to be able to monetize here over the Caribbean, especially Barbados. We need to be able to monetize so that we too can cash in and to promote the app as best as possible. We're seeing YouTube Kids, we're seeing YouTube Studio, we're seeing little quizzes that persons can take. Most of the time, persons are not privy to the type of equipment that they need to use to monetize. And what we usually do is really get in the analytics of things that Marika Mart said. We let persons know, well, this is what you need. It's simple. But then, really and truly, when you come to place to things like evaluating sound and if the volume is high enough, especially if you can't hear me right now. Like yesterday, I did a show. It's called Motivation Critics. It's aired every Friday on an Atlanta radio station. Every Friday at 8 p.m. And you can look for more of the information on that at the Marika Martsit page on Facebook or Instagram. We also have the business page on LinkedIn as well. LinkedIn is really thriving. And what I would say is that going forward into a threshold where we want to know what is really going on, you should link up in regards to like a social media strategist or agency. And a lot of times, persons are not au fait or aware of the type of equipment that they would need to really make things pop. I watch persons like Erica on Demand. I watch what's the other lady because I love her so much. She's on IG and she's normally on Daily Blast. I either think it's Daily Blast or the early morning show in the US. There's Erica on Demand, and then there's Erica Cobb. I think her name is Erica Cobb. I love her because she's so raw, authentic, and she just puts it out there. And basically, you can see that she has a fighter in her when it comes to Erica Cobb. Erica on Demand is more subtle, and she's more in my line of work as well in terms of social media management and marketing. And to set things straight, what Marika Martsit does, we would manage your social media. We can build websites, flyers, logos, and we also do public relations as well for companies on behalf of companies, like be a communication factor or be the communication rep for a company. A unique service that we've guided persons for the whole of 2019 last year, but since we've launched, is the business reorganization service, where we assess risks within the business, see exactly what could be bottlenecking monies and the flow of processes within the business, and we recommend solutions, and we actually install the groundwork ourselves to make sure that what we recommend is done correctly, is started correctly, and that other persons are able to benefit within the business. Another thing with that, with the business reorganization, a lot of businesses like to take shortcuts, they like to hide information, they like to have a lot of favoritism, and that is what spoils a business. It really does. You don't see it in the get go, but it actually does spoil a business. So, tips and tricks for Caribbean people: stay consistent. Upload a lot of videos, like how you're seeing in the US and Europe and whoever doing. And another thing is a language, because I'm all back into my languages. I'm back into my French because I'm actually certified in French as well. And what we're doing is we're tapping into French. So any French brother, any French sister, and that's quote unquote, that's in quotes, because you may not be want to consider us as a brother or sister, but stepping over that, any French brother or sister you can refer to us, and so we're stepping out on our languages, and that's another thing. You have to be versatile, not only flexible. Well, flexible is one thing, but being versatile in anything, it brings a wider span of things to you. It brings growth to you, and you can look for more like short videos, more in tune lives regarding what we are doing at Marika Martsit. So what I set out is our main operations that we would do. Work with persons like, I'm not sure if you've heard of the Caribbean film Joseph. In terms of promoting it and being in chats and so on with the promoters or the creators, Dave Weeks and Marcia Weeks and stuff. That film you should check out. It was supposed to be at the AMC, but obviously how things went, and then we're hearing now the AMC is under a bit of trouble, so we have to watch that and see. You can search for the Joseph film. It's a Caribbean film. What you can also look forward to is a array of shows on the radio station that we would air our show Motivation Critics on. Our show is Motivation Critics, bringing focus into life, right? And if you're hearing like cars and stuff in the background, that is basically because I'm near a window and you have to stay home. So I'm hoping that you're at home listening to this, and hoping that I'm speaking loud enough that you can hear me. As I have to basically revamp in terms of audio equipment. We have some audio equipment pending because shipping to Barbados would have been halted from certain countries, certain states, certain counties, Canada especially. But I'm thinking that since we've lifted certain restrictions, cargo can freely come back into Barbados as fluently as or by a trickle. Another thing about cargo and travel is that for essential workers or professionals, lawyers who have to travel in between islands, usually to assist in national matters, can link up to Executive Air Limited, who is a private charter company. The headquarter hub is right here in Barbados. It's awesome. And I had an experience of seeing their 747 on the tarmac, and it was awesome. In terms of Marika Martsit being their marketer, being their creative for their Facebook page, I think this service is not only representing a brand and creating an illusion, but what we do is actually put their authenticity out there. They do cargo because they're partnered with Swiftback, and what they also do is private flights. So you can actually have a private flight where you don't have to be in contact with a whole plane of people. You can be on the plane with you and the captain and the server, the other agent who is basically serving any beverage, any food that they may have. And they are shipshape in terms of keeping everything sanitized. You can link up with them, Executive Air, that is eaairlines.com. You can send them a message, a quick email at info@eaairlines.com, or just contact them, area code 1246-428-3271. That's 1246-428-3271. Just contact them today. I think they usually are open until, I think our opening hours are up to 4 or 5 in terms of Barbados, any essential service businesses. So any cargo coming in and out, they're separate in regards to being a private charter company. And we look forward to great things from them. In this, they have been consistent. And as their marketer and public relations person, I stay consistent in what they are doing as well. So check us out there, check out the ads, check out what they do. So it's on schedule flights, private charter flights, day tours. We would have just we have the flyer for the day tours to the Grenadines, which is in terms of Tobago Cays, which is like 5 little uninhabited islands. And if you know anything about an uninhabited island, is that there's less risk because there's no people. But there is like a bungalow there that you can basically rest and relax. And after this, for the essential workers, definitely you can sign off on the discount that was running for private charter services. It was going for $650 US, and for private charter you are not finding anything at $650 US for a day tour. So you can fly for persons in Barbados. After this is over and everything lifts, you can fly from Barbados to the Grenadines, basically guide you to the Tobago Cays with the 5 uninhabited islands. You can take part in snorkeling, you can take part in sailing and stuff, and just really relax after this. I think that this pandemic is a mind shift, and it shows you who is going to stay consistent. For sure, Marika Martsit is going to stay consistent. Not sure if you guys would have heard the birth story of Marika Martsit, but this was when in 2018, late 2018, where I had come upon my mentor online Facebook, and he had told me, Aubrey Padmore, and he had told me, well, what are you doing now? What is going on with your job? I'm saying, like, I'm working paycheck to paycheck, and things are really not going great. I'm really talented in writing. I'm really talented in analyzing and marketing and stuff, but don't know which direction to go because it was so uncertain. And having a child, you want something that provides you with that stability, that you are able to, provide for the child until they get a certain age to provide for themselves. Well, now I'm into 2020. I have two kids now. One is going to be 10, the other one is going to be 2. And you really want to make sure that you're not struggling and moving all the time, because from when I was 18 till now that I'm in my 30s, going mid 30s, I've been moving all the time, right? Until that time in 2019, well, 2018, just before the week before Christmas, I got a place where I am, and it actually was a room. And my first segment was called When I Settled In, and I got my computer and stuff, and I was doing a live. I settled in, and I was doing a live called Executive in a Room, because I launched Marika Maritze. I got the logo, I got the website up. I registered it in January of 2019. So I had like a month to prepare for the registration and everything set up. I did the Facebook page because I was already savvy in terms of social media. When I started in 2019, I was just getting in the gist of things, staying consistent on social media. And my mentor approached me. He said, "Well, I know someone that can really use your services. They're really all over the place, and they could use the business reorganization service that you would have that you would have structured. And I know that you would do great there." And in like 3 months, we turned their having negative $65 or 30 something dollars on their account to six figures, to 780,000 Barbados dollars on their account in 3 to 6 months. 780,000 Barbados dollars. Well, you have to divide it by two um, to get the US equivalent, but that's like 400, say 400 some, or just thereabout, or 300 enough US, 300 something thousand US. Turn that into that type of organization where they're earning six figures. Um, and they were in the security industry, electronic security, where they're installing cameras, they're doing monitoring. No man security, just doing all electronic stuff. They didn't have enough staff, they didn't have the right staff. And the other thing is that with Caribbean people, although they notice that some of the staff members are not on the same page as them, they still employ them, they still care, they still say, "Well, I want to give John a chance." And that's how Caribbean people are. They want to give everyone a chance. They don't like to cut off people. And when you go on in your life, when you get a certain age, when you get a certain way, you have to make sure that you remove people that are dead weight. It is not a disrespect to remove people that are dead weights. It is how you do it. So if you know that you have a lot of dead weight right now, this pandemic will show it up. People that check on you, people that were consistent. There are some people that their profiles are like non-existent because they're not online. They basically are taking a mental crash due to being staying still. Anyone that would know myself as um, the owner, Marika Martin, knows that I don't keep still, and I'm not keeping still. I'm not moving around unproductive. I'm moving around in terms of deals and conversations with other people to create business, create sales leads, right? And basically, the ultimate goal is to feed my family, feed the capital account for the business, and make sure that it goes into that six-figure agency that it needs to grow into. So for Caribbean people, stay consistent, keep posting, and reserve one day for yourself where you're not constantly posting, because I'm seeing the people even before 9 a.m. in the morning, they are up. Like this morning, I got up, I think it was after 8, and people were already just chiming on my phone, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. I'm like, what is wrong with you guys? Take a break, take a break. And one thing, as a social media strategist, I take a break, because constantly being in front of the computer, constantly being in front of people's faces, put out ads, schedule posts, and step away from the computer for a minute. You have When you're cooking, you have to give the food enough time to boil, to cook, in order to get the finished result. So allow the social media ads to prep and process and boil and to come up to the soup that you want. So that's it for me in terms of the tips that I would share for Caribbean people. Anyone else that's basically outside the Caribbean and you want a little motivation, as you guys already have the platform easier, a bit easier than us in the Caribbean to get monetized. Um, is for you to, if you're technical, to help other Caribbean people see how they too, especially in Barbados, can be monetized, right? So that's the end of it. You have signed on to Marika Martset's channel. My name is Marika Haynes, owner of Marika Martset, host of the Motivation Credit Show that airs every Friday on carrotvoiceradio.org, every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Make sure to sign up to our digital marketing course that is running via Zoom. It's done individually, one-on-one basis, depending on availability. But from Monday to Saturday, between the hours of 11 a.m. and 3 p.m., digital marketing courses will be running on Zoom. You send it via the PayPal link. We have a promotion for it right now, running from um, well, it's been going for a week now, and we had a couple students there that I taught for the digital marketing, getting them up to speed on what is going on the social media platforms and how to use it for their business. And then it's on special until May 15th. So the special is 20 US, a ridiculous price. One-time fee 20 US for the 2-hour quick start course on digital marketing. The regular price that it would go back to is 150 US for the 2-hour quick start program. Check on Facebook, Marika at Marika Martset for our full details on our courses, promotions, and services. So I'll catch you guys next time when I launch another live. Great.